All right, folks, gather round. Today we're talking about Moon Knight, or as I like to call him, the superhero who can't decide if he's Batman, Deadpool, or a really confused tourist in Egypt. Now, Moon Knight's story is, well, something. It's like they said, hey, let's mix Batman with Indiana Jones, throw in some Egyptian gods, and make him a guy with multiple personalities. Because why not? What could possibly go wrong with that idea? Mark Spector, the guy who, after getting his face punched in by some mercenaries, is like, you know what would really help me? An ancient Egyptian god possessing me? I mean, who wouldn't want that, right? Forget therapy, let's go for the full possession package. Let's be honest here, Moon Knight is like that one guy who says, I'm not crazy, I'm just misunderstood, and then spends his time punching criminals in the face while wearing a white suit. Yeah, sure, buddy. Definitely not crazy, just a little woke with a side of amnesia. Mark's got more personalities than a reality TV star. You've got Stephen Grant, the British guy who's just trying to sell some Egyptian antiques. And then there's the violent, brooding, I'm the fist of Khonshu, Mark Spector. And then, of course, there's Jake Lockley, who's somehow even more violent than both of them. This man has issues. You've got a personality crisis within a personality crisis within a personality crisis. It's like watching someone try to assemble IKEA furniture after they've taken 3 shots of tequila. It's a mess, but an entertaining mess. And then there's the action. Oh boy, the action. Mark's fighting in white, because nothing screams sneaky stealth hero like wearing a color that shows every drop of blood. Let me tell you, when you're dealing with Egyptian gods and criminals, looking like a walking, glowing target is not the way to go. But hey, at least he's got the skills, right? He punches his way through every problem. Talk about a resolution-oriented guy. And then there's Khonshu, this ancient Egyptian god who somehow decides that Mark is the perfect guy to do his bidding. Because when I think fist of vengeance, I think of a guy with split personalities and anger management issues, right? Khonshu clearly missed the memo on choosing the right person for the job. But hey, God's gotta make some mistakes too. In the end, Moon Knight tries to wrap up his story like he's been to therapy and found balance. But let's be real, this man is one therapy session away from being on a true crime documentary. Seriously though, Moon Knight has a ton of potential. But it's like someone threw every comic book trope into a blender and said, let's see what happens. We got gods, personalities, mercenaries, and yeah, maybe we should have just stuck to one thing. Just one thing. But hey, who am I to judge? Maybe that's what makes him interesting. The guy's an absolute mess. But at least he's an entertaining mess. And that's what really matters, right? So that's it for today, folks. Let me know your thoughts on Moon Knight. Do you think he's a misunderstood superhero or just a guy who needs a good therapist? Drop your comments below, like and subscribe. Because let's face it, we could all use a little bit of Moon Knight's chaos in our lives. Until next time, don't forget, if you see an Egyptian god offering to possess you, maybe, just maybe think twice.